Hello again. Yes, two lives in one day for the body in balance. Hello and welcome to the conservatory, not the clinic. Earlier on today, I posted about how 64% of the population have got something that's basically causing them to have an improper, a lowered or an inflamed immune response. I also posted a PDF that you can download to have a look at, which will help tell you about whether you've got a weakened immune system. But this is about an inflamed immune system. And it's probably more than 64%, but we do know the figures on being overweight and obese. And it's something like 30% or just under 30% of UK adults are obese, and just about another 34% are overweight. And we know that for every pound of fat you have, you will have more inflammation in your body. And obesity and being overweight is related to many health conditions. Yeah, we know that's the dog. We know that it is related to heart disease. We know that it's related to increased arthritis, certain increased cancers as well, but also to immune system problems. People who are overweight basically tend to be ill for longer. They tend to be more contagious for longer. They tend to have worse problems with their immune health when it happens as well. So, what else do we know? Why does this happen? Well, we know this happens because every fat cell you have actually increases the amount of inflammatory molecules in your body. So just when you smoke and when you get pollution from the outside, you get basically inflammation happening from your lungs and into your body. When you have increased fat cells, it basically creates inflammatory molecules to be secreted into your blood, and it goes through the whole body that way. And how many pounds extra do you need to be a problem? Well, as little as 5 pounds makes a difference to blood pressure, because for every pound of fat you have to make extra blood vessels. Now, one of the things that I mentioned years ago was that you create 7 miles of blood vessels, but could never actually find an actual source to where that came from. It's estimated that it might be about 1 mile of extra blood vessels that are needed for every pound of fat you have. But what we do know is that 5 pounds of fat basically means you will have increased blood pressure. And just by lowering you by 5 pounds, you get a big difference. 9 pounds, an extra 9 pounds of fat is when your system really starts breaking down its endothelial cells, the cells that basically make your veins and arteries, and they become less able to be elastic. So they become harder, more atherosclerotic, probably more heart disease. But it's the immune system link that really honing on at the moment, because when you're inflamed, because inflammation is part of your body's natural defense mechanisms. So when your system's already inflamed, it's a bit like, imagine you're in a war zone and there's lots of bombs going off all over the place, but you live there all the time. You're not going to notice an extra bomb going off. And that's basically people who are having a chronic low-grade inflammation. Okay, they're basically having all these bombs and things going off all the time, and their immune system won't distinguish between something that's happening that's new. Also, it means that there's less resources available to fight something new as well. And it's more likely to be an overreaction when it does actually notice it. A bit like, the American Army or Navy or military in various TV films that we all watch. So if you are really looking to do something to help improve your health and your well-being, okay, if you're as little as 5 pounds over fat, then now's the time to start making a difference, okay? And if you need help, for instance, one of my recent patients who has come to me for help with her blood pressure lost 9 pounds in just 1 week, okay, of excess fat. So if you would like those kind of results, then just reach out, make a comment below, and I will contact you. And now I'm going to go and look after my dog Lily, who she says plenty of walking today, but now she's deciding to bark because I'm talking in the conservatory. Be well.